Hey there! My name is Brandon Howe, and welcome back to my Making a Game series. In the last episode, we finally made some levels, as opposed to our template level that we've been working with all the way up until now. So now we have levels. We have our first one, and actually I guess I can just go out of it and this and show. So here we have our first level in all its glory. We're using only our first and second enemies. The level 2, which slowly introduces our other 2 enemy types and then slowly kind of combines them all, but nothing too challenging. Also introducing the sideways flying. And then our third level that slowly introduces everything and then also has components of flying straight and sideways, and then eventually has sprinkled bits of everything. And slowly gets more difficult and longer and all of that. In this episode, we are going to be now dealing with having our levels actually be unlocked and all that. So we're starting a new game. Only the first level will be unlocked, and then the rest of these levels will be unlocked, which we'll deal with that with this interactable Boolean being checked or unchecked. After beating the first level and coming back to the level select, then the second level will be unlocked, and then the third level after beating the second level and all that. I don't know if we'll get into actually having that. Well, first of all, we'll just do that, sort of have it be a temporary thing. Like when you go in and out of play mode, it'll reset. In the next episode, we'll deal with saving. Maybe, depending on how long this takes, we'll see. So to do that, we're going to be now going into our level manager to deal with this. So to start, our level manager is going to need a reference to every button to then be able to determine which buttons are active and inactive, I guess. So, and then we're going to need something else, I think, that will have a don't destroy on load that'll go into a level, or that'll just store what the latest or what the highest unlocked level is, and then it'll have a don't destroy unload that goes into a level, and then when we beat a level, using the game manager to determine whether we beat the level or whether we failed it, then that will set the latest unlocked level to what it should be, so basically just adding 1 to it, I think. Yes, so, and then that'll go back into the level select. The level select will get access to it, and then determine what buttons should be active or inactive. So we're going to need something to store that, and so I'm going to create then an empty game object for that. I guess we'll call this save manager, and then we'll make a script for that. For now, it won't actually save it going in and out of the game, but that's what it'll eventually do, so I'll just name it as such. It's also only going to store 1 value, just that unlocked, latest unlocked level, but it could also be in a bigger game used to store more things, I guess. And also perhaps if you had like an options menu and that stuff was getting saved, you could save that stuff as well. Alright, so then we'll call this save. So making a new script, calling it save manager. Alright, now going into it in a second. Yeah, alright, going into it here. So alright, so to do this, that means our level manager is going to need a reference to every button, which I guess I could. Okay, I think it'll just be easier if I make it a public array of buttons, which means that I'm going to need to get be able to use the UI stuff. So at the top, I'm going to go Unity engine, using Unity engine engine.ui in addition to our scene management, and that'll allow us to get access to the button class. So public button having square brackets, so it's an array. So an array of buttons called, we'll call it buttons, I guess, or maybe level buttons just to be a little more descriptive. So level buttons, we'll set that up in the inspector to just be our 3 buttons. And then this way we also know that they're in order, because sometimes if you were to use find methods with trying to get a bunch of items, they're not always in the proper order, I guess. But then you could go and have sort methods and all that, but that's, again, we can just do it this way and have it be a lot simpler. So now, so we have these, and then now we're going to need to determine which ones are active and which ones are inactive. And to do that, we're going to need to get a reference to our save manager, in order to determine that. So we're just going to make I guess it'll be a hide inspector public. So it's private, or it's public, but we can't edit it because we don't want to be able to edit it. So public, this will be an int, I guess, unlocked level. Whoa. Unlocked, and it'll start off equaling 1. So this will be like the latest unlocked level. So when it's 1, then 1 will be unlocked, 2 and 3 will be locked. When it's 2, then 1 and 2 will be unlocked, and then 3 will be locked, and so on and so forth. So this is as plain as this will be for now. Oh, we're also going to give it a don't destroy on load game object, and then we'll deal with the game manager. Oh, actually, if we are doing this, we're going to need to set up the whole instance stuff. So I guess we'll do that. So then we'll have a public. No. Yeah, a private static save manager called instance. Starting it off being equal to null, and now actually in here. We're then going to want to, as we did before with, I believe, whatever we made the singleton, I think the game manager, or no, the music, the music, we set it up as a singleton like this. So we'll test if instance is equal to, if it's equal to null, then we'll want to, so if it's equal to null, then we're going to want to, actually I'll put the don't destroy on load still outside the if statement, but we're going to want to set it to the instance equal to this instance of the class. So instance equals this, and that'll be referring to this instance of the class. Else if instance, so if instance has a value and it's not equal to this version of the class, then we want to destroy this game object. Destroy, so there can only be one. So destroy game object. Cool. And then at the end of all that, having the, if it doesn't get destroyed, then it'll have the don't destroy on load. This will kind of override this, so that won't be a problem there. So now we have that set up, and hopefully it'll work properly. So now on this script start function, it's going to want to get a reference to the save manager, and then get a reference to this unlocked level, and then use that to set up which buttons are active and which ones are not. So I'm actually going to change this to awake instead of start. So awake and start are kind of the same thing. Awake will run on the first frame, or before the first frame of the game. Start runs on the first frame. So basically this runs slightly before it. As well, if you were to have a game object in the scene where a script is disabled, awake will still run, but start will only run the first frame that the script is enabled. So that's the difference there. So by having that, we can make sure that all this instance stuff is taken care of before we get into our level manager and then deal with getting the instance. Just to make sure we get the right one for like the less than a frame before the first frame, when there could be multiple instances before they're all destroyed except one. Anywho, so getting into here, we're gonna want then get a reference to that to the save manager called save manager. Okay, come on. Save manager. And actually, I believe I can actually contradict what I was about to say about it by assigning this in here to just I believe we can go save manager.instance. No. Okay, actually I might have to do that in the actual start function, but I believe that might be possible. Oh, whoa. Okay. Save manager equals save manager.instance. I can't do that. Okay, fine. Oh well. And then I'll just go find object of type save manager, And all right, so now we don't actually hold up. Yeah, we only need the save manager for the level button or for the unlocked level, and that's it. So we can actually, I think, just go private int unlocked level. And then I don't think we actually then need this, because then we can just go find unlocked level equals find object of type save manager dot unlocked level, and then that'll get that just fine. Cool. So now we're gonna want to go through every button and then test it against this. So for int I equals 0, I is less than level buttons dot length, and I plus plus. That'll loop through every button. So now, actually, hold up. We're gonna want to let that all compile. I'm also just going to add the same manager script to there just before I forget to. Now on, actually also on our level manager, our buttons, we can assign them. So we can just drag them in there like that. We're gonna need actually something that we're able to find out what button, or what numbered button these are. So actually, no, never mind. We can actually just test it with I believe. So for I equals so we can say if so if I we this is also +1, so unlock level being 1. We could actually start this equaling 0 so then it's consistent with this. Actually, just to be more clear or whatever, we can have it start being at 1. So if I then is greater than level button or level unlock level, then we'll be then disabling it. So then we'll say level buttons I dot unlocked level, or that's dot is interactable. I mean, is interactable. We'll set that to false, and that'll just disable the button, I believe. So actually, and it doesn't like that. Cannot assign that as a method group. Okay. Maybe not the is dot interactable. Yeah, there we go. That should work then. It might be one off or something, maybe. Okay, so that, we'll see if that works now. Going into play mode after everything compiles and all that. So, okay, okay, so it's off by 1. So our if I is greater than or equal to, yeah, if I is greater than or equal to unlocked level, bam, this, waiting a few seconds, loading in. Yes. All right. So now level 1 is locked or unlocked, and levels 2 and 3 are unlocked. That's cool. So now we're gonna want to allow these levels to be unlocked by beating the level prior to it. So in order to do that, we are then going to go to, so hold up. We will then, okay, so this stores the actual number level. Go to level 1. We're probably going to want to get that value so that we know what level we're going into, I think. So, okay, so the save manager is then going to want to, if that's what's going from one scene to another. Okay, hold up here. So, I guess then we could have another hidden inspector thing. Hidden inspector public int level, and that'll have a reference to what level we're currently in. So when we go into level 1, then this will be set to 1 and so on, so that the game manager in the level, when we beat a level, it'll basically set unlocked level to this +1. Yes, and that should do that. All right, so that means then I will get rid of that. So that means then we're going to want to, in here, we will need a reference to the save manager anyway, so I'll bring that back in. Save manager. No. Okay. Save manager. All right. So then getting save manager to be equal to the find object of type save manager. Then on the next line, save manager dot unlock level, setting that to unlock level or equals. There we go. So now we have that. Now when we actually go into a level, right before we load, we're then going to want to destroy. Yeah, okay. Then we're going to want to set save manager dot level equals level. That should do that. Now going to our game manager here, that's then run when we actually complete a level. Over here, or not there. Or sorry, just double clicking this, just open it. Yes. Okay, so now going down to here, this level complete code. This will also get a reference to the game manager, and it'll just be private, or sorry, save manager. Save manager, calling it save manager, and then we'll get a reference to that here. So save manager equals game object dot find with a lowercase, or sorry, equals find object of type save manager. All right, now we will, when we restart here, so level complete, that, do all that, so that's true. Okay, so then here, then we will update the save manager as it needs to be. So save manager, or no, the lowercase one. So save manager with the lowercase s as a reference to the variable, dot level, and it doesn't like this. Okay, dot level equals okay, hold on, wait, no. So, or sorry, dot unlocked level equals save manager dot level plus 1. I don't know why it keeps wanting to capitalize that, but it does. So actually, oh, there actually would be a problem with this, where if we were to go back and beat a previous level, then it would override it in a way we don't want it to. So we're actually going to want to test that if save manager dot unlocked level, if it's less than save manager dot level plus 1, then set it to all of that. Hold up. Then setting it to all of that, and that should work, hopefully. Now that means I'm gonna have to go and beat a level. I'm just gonna cheat real quick to be able to do it, to be able to beat the level really quickly. Actually, oh no, that's gonna be annoying. Okay, actually, I'm just gonna in here quickly over in our update function, not in game save, or oh, I'm in the wrong thing. Sorry, another project I was looking at for reference with the saving stuff. That'll be handy when we do that. So where is it? So in our update function, I'm just gonna quickly add a if input dot get key down key code dot p, I guess, or dot, no wait, I was gonna say W for win, but whatever, just random key. So this is just gonna be a cheat temporarily. So if we hit P, then it'll just call the level complete. We'll just automatically beat the level. Yeah, I think that'll work. Not 100% sure, but we're about to find out. So that should then run the level complete function. So now here, these levels are locked. We can't click on them. Clicking level 1. Now we're here. Now I'm just gonna move out to the side, hitting P. Didn't work. Right. We're gonna have to, not here, over to here. We're gonna want to more than just that. We have to set the score, I guess. Yeah. So score equals require the score times 10, I guess, just to... So then that should be a win there. That. I don't know if... So I'm also thinking that the player will be able to die in a few seconds of... while they're still able to move, but oh well. There, starting this, running off to the side, hitting P. Okay, we got errors here. The level complete does not have a reference to the save manager. Okay. Why might that be? Okay, let me just experiment here for a second. Wait, so is this actually getting the save manager getting saved properly? So yeah, menu. No, wait, it's not. Shoot. Okay, sorry. The save manager is over here. If instance equals null, then instance equals this. Otherwise, if instance is not equal to this. So instance is null, instance equals this. Wait, let me bring up my menu manager here. Not the menu, or not music manager, and copy this. This is what I. Oh, the equal signs. I'm just gonna copy this whole thing since it was meant to be the same anyway. All right, so there. Now going in, this should work hopefully. Waiting just a second. So now going in, save manager existing. Going over here, hitting P. Nope. Well, actually, I'm just also curious. Will we die there? We will. That's interesting. So we still failed the level because the score didn't update properly. Okay, trying to find ways to cheat around this, but it's not being helpful here. So going back to our game manager here. So running level complete does not work. Why? Destroy that, find that. Okay, so over here, so if we hit P, then score equals required score times 10. So the score should be high enough. So then if so disables this, score equals it then gets the score like that. Okay, sorry. So I'm gonna want to set score UI dot score to be that. So score UI dot score. Again, it keeps wanting to go with the capitals. Equals that. So now that should work. I think. Hopefully. Boom. Now hitting P. Level complete. Cool. Now hit continue. And now there. Level 2 is unlocked. We go into here. Go again. Now this is working. And now I'm just curious to see what will happen there. If level 3... It shouldn't cause any errors? Okay, cool. And as well, I just want to check what happens if I go to level 1 again and hit continue. Yeah, that's still not... like, that didn't, lock level 3. Alright, cool. So now all of that is done. Fantastic. Alright, so that'll do it for this episode. We've made the ability to have our levels be locked and unlocked, and this is easily customizable if we had a level 4 to go to, and then you copied this and moved it around over there. Then you could simply change that to 4, and then go over to our level manager, and then just add the button to there, and then bam, you have more levels. And hopefully that works. Yes. So, I mean, then you'd need more levels to actually go to. We only have the 3, but that's fine. All right. So that'll do it for this episode. In the next episode, we will then go back to our main menu and get these new game and continue buttons to work by actually using that save manager to actually save things. And yeah, and it'll save things to a file that'll then persist when we close the game and then open it up. And then I might go into actually then building the game into its own application, then properly test that out, as well as the other things in our game. All right, so then that's what we'll do. So that'll do it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a good day.